Hello you, long time no see, all that stuff. Hope you're doing well. I'm still not amazingly well, but this arrived today and I thought I'd share it with you because that's the whole point of this channel, wasn't it? A, to help me when I was feeling ill, and what is it, 10 years later and I'm back ill again, so here we are. And to share some of the lovely goodies that I'm lucky enough to have, and to remind me that good start, to remind me that I'm lucky enough to have these things. And this Christmas I treated myself to Everdrive64 X7. There's the front of the box, there's the back of the box, there's the inside of the box. Oh, it's not it now because it's in the N64 over there. Look, there's a manual, yeah, with things that I'll probably never pay much attention to unless it breaks and I go, oh no, am I supposed to have not done that? Let's just put that back. I'll give you another quick look. Yeah, let's see, where are we? I'm still ill with, doctor thinks maybe fibromyalgia, so we're trying various painkillers, and last few weeks I've been absolutely knocked for six, no strength, no energy, but no flare-ups. So, you know, I could possibly live my life with no fiery flames down the side of my face. No, not quite that. More flames down my arms, all the way to my fingers, down my legs, joint pain, all that sort of fun stuff, nerve and joint pain. Or I could have 30 milligrams of amitriptyline every day and not have that, but also feel like I've run a marathon or dug the garden, just basically drained of all strength and all muscles aching. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So, you know, I'm dropping the amitriptyline a bit and seeing if we can find a sweet spot between the two where the pain isn't too bad, that it's more of just an occasional distraction than laying me up in bed like I've got the flu, or being out for the cat. Yeah, it's trying to find the sweet spot in between. So hopefully things are getting better, or at least staying the same, but finding ways to cope with it. Fingers crossed. Anyway, so that's me. Meanwhile, I was very lucky enough to have a little bit of money for Christmas, so I thought, what shall I get myself? Should I put this money aside, because if I go much longer without being at work I'm going to be really strapped for cash, or shall I spend it on something fun? So obviously I did the latter, because mental health works like that, doesn't it? Rather than having something, a bill paid, or something of a bill paid, you just go, no, I'll treat myself. And I've always, well, I say always, for many years I've wanted an N64 cartridge. Now it's arrived, I'm like, why did I get this again? What games on the N64 was I that keen on playing? I've got like 30 odd cartridges already, most of the ones that I was interested in, so there's not that many more that, you know, I'm thinking, oh, I must have that. But, you know, it was that or an MSX cartridge, which would be nice, but also I don't know what else on the MSX I'd really want. And I think I'd really want an MSX2, and then that's a whole league more money, isn't it? Or the alternative was a Jag drive, the Jaguar SD card, and I'm not sure that was even more expensive than this, and I'm not sure I can really justify. I think they're about 180 quid, something mental like that, in order to play Club Drive or Trevor McFur, when I already have the main reason to have it, the Jaguar. I've got Tempest, and I've also got Alien vs Predator, and what else have I got? What's the other one? Oh yeah, I've got Doom, that was it. And Cybermorph, which I've still not got around to playing. So yeah, I've got 3 of the best games. Do I really want to be spending 180 quid to play Club Drive and Raiden? Wolfenstein? Cannon Fodder, I think, as well. But so I was like, I think the Jag drive can wait. Although I think it does play CD games, so you know, there's yeah, thinking of that. I've sitting behind me, I've got a CDI that I haven't shown you yet, haven't I? Because yeah, you know, CDI. But I had to have it, and I've got a stack of games for that, and no doubt they are all awful. And thinking about other things that are sat behind me at the moment, I have that mini pet that I showed you a little bit of, and then haven't found the time to sit down with it and go through that all-important cassette that I got from my dad that I've never been able to play anything on, so I do need to sit down and do that at some point. Thinking of my dad there, I think that's kind of possibly the reason why I got this. Because I think, looking back on things now, I'm thinking my dad possibly had a touch of the old autism. Nothing really bad, you'd say high function, just little things, little quirks that you think, oh well, that just makes someone who they are. But I was thinking, after my dad retired, one of his hobbies, aside from researching the family tree, something to get hyper obsessed with, was also his collection of, I think it was Wilbur Smith and Tom Clancy hardbacks. Just hunting around in bookshops, just trying to find a nice, neat copy of all really crisp copies. I mean, he did read them. He read so many books. But there was something about, I think something tweaked that little neuron in his brain that went, oh, it'd be nice to have a complete set of those in nice condition, in much the same way as I'm looking at my shelf of Commodore 64 games there, which is by no means complete, but I'm looking at that going, yes, that's nice. And I think that's what this is. Because, let's see, sitting here, I'm looking to my left, I've got a Saturn. It might not be a Japanese one or anything fancy like that, but I don't actually like that grey Saturn. I quite like the black one. With it's not a satiator, it's not a, can't remember now, but it's got a SD card option, so I've got an SD card enabled Saturn. I've got several chipped or soft modded Xboxes. Then there's the PS2. I've got a chipped slim PS2, and I've got a fat PS2 that's got a hard drive in, doesn't it? See, it's so long since I've touched half of these, I can't remember what I've got. Then there's a couple of PS1s there, one of which plays burnt CDs. They're all hooked up to the big CRT there, so I can play all the light gun games on that. I need to carry on getting on with the rest of those, because there's still light gun games I've not done. And, was it Starsky and Hutch, light gun and driving? God, Bloggo, how long ago was it that you did Starsky and Hutch? It was a long time ago. I think, if I can remember, I'll put a link to that video at the end, because I think it was the one where he did Dukes of Hazzard, and tears streaming down my face whenever I've watched that one. If you watch it, I think you'll know the bit that I mean. If I forget to put a link at the end, or it doesn't show up, go and look for whatever video it was that Bloggo did Dukes of Hazzard. I think it also had Miami Vice. It'd be a TV time thing. Bloggo, I know I'm just adding more work for you here, but it really would be helpful if you put in your descriptions what games you played, because then we could search for them. I'm not expecting you to do them for all your past ones, because there's like 17 of them or more. That would be helpful for the future. Anyway, aside from that, let's see, that's stuff to my left-hand side there. Now, on this unit here that I'm currently looking at, I have an NES at the bottom left, which I don't have an SD card device for, but I do have a 190-in-1 cartridge that came with it, that I bought from a car boot sale probably about 15, 20 years ago for about, was it 12 quid or was it 6? It might have been 6 quid for that, and 6 quid for the fully working Game Gear, which sadly is now not fully working. I think it was 12 quid in total. But anyway, never been particularly fussed about the NES, but that suits my needs. Above that, there's a SNES, which has an Everdrive, so I'm sorted on that. Then there's the N64, which I do have a Bung V-Doctor 64 device for playing CD versions of games, but I've never quite managed to get it to work, so I'm thinking I need to find a better home for that, where someone can fix it and it can fulfill its potential, shall we say. Then I've got 2 GameCubes above that, one of which takes discs, one of which has the, what's the name for it? Anyway, SD card. I did a video on fitting it, didn't I? Then I've got an Xbox 360 above there. No, that's not chip. No, then there's another Xbox as well. There's an Xbox 360 Elite, that I've got enough games. I don't need that chipped or modded or soft modded or anything like that. Then I've got a couple of PS3s that are soft modded for, I think, Afterburner Climax and GTI Club, and very little else extra. Then we've got, coming down on the right hand side, I've got the Jaguar. Now that would be nice to have SD card, but not for nigh on £200. Not until I become a very wealthy man and throwing money away mad abandon. Then we've got the Dreamcast, which obviously, again, that's got the GD drive. Yeah, it's SD card options on that, so I'm good for that. Then I've got my absolutely beautiful Tower of Power that I love that so much. That's just, when I was a teenager, when the Mega CD and the 32X came out, it was like, oh my god, how pathetic is that? But I still liked the stock Mega Drive. But now I have a lovely Japanese Mega Drive, low serial. I can't even remember now. I did all this research when I finally got it, and it's a low one with good sound chip and all of that malarkey. And it's more important, it's got that lovely gold 16-bit and the red, not the white, on the front. And then I've got the 32X and the original Mega CD sitting underneath, and that has an Everdrive. So I'm absolutely sorted on the Mega Drive. Oh, and 2 6-button pads. Then Dudley, this is the one you've been waiting for, isn't it? I have 2 Master Sasters, one Mark 1, one Mark 2. Don't ask me what games built in, I can't remember, and I'm not going into that now. But I have a Master System Everdrive, because it came cheap with another Everdrive, with another Master System that I bought. So that's nice. Then to the side of that is the PC Engine or Core Graphics, and that's got a Turbo Everdrive, one of the early ones, so I can't do CD games, but it'll do for me. Then there's the CPC 464, courtesy of Tunivision, thank you, I think, for that, which I have an M4 board and something else. The M4 board is the new one, and that's the better thing to use, isn't it? So I've got that, and that's hooked up to my network and everything. That's crazy stuff. Then, below that, there is the Atari 2600, or VCS if you prefer, with, I can't remember if it's actually an Uno cart or... I can't remember. I've got a cart of some kind for that. Sadly, it's not compatible with 7800 games, and the 7800 is next to that. The 7800 that's been modded with the Future was 8 bits improved video output, so that's nice, but a 7800 compatible Atari card would be nice. Then I've got the Intellivision, no cart for that, but most importantly I do have Beam Rider for it, so I really need to sit down and try that at some point. Looking over to my right, there's the Vectrex. I haven't got an SD card for that, but someone sent me a multi-cart for it. It's got, I think it's got all the games that were out at the time and some homebrew stuff on it. I can't add to it, but it's more than fine. And I wish I could remember who it was who sent me that. I want to say Paul Atreides Wood. If it's not, if it was you, Paul, let me know. If it wasn't Paul and it was you, please do remind me, because my brain if you're watching this channel, you know how fuzzy my brain is. Imagine what that's like with brain fog from fibromyalgia now. Yeah. So apologies for anyone that I've forgotten. Yeah. Then moving on, we've got VIC-20 that was problematic for a while but seems to be working again. And I have 3 different penultimate cartridges for that, but not the new one. I need to get the new one. Don't I? But again, it was a case of, well, I've got 3 of those. I don't have any N64. Commodore 64, Commodore 128. I am sorted for my baby there. I have Kung Fu Flash, and I have SD2 IEC, and I have all my original discs, and I still have working floppy drives. Let's see, what else we got on the shelf? ZX81. I think I can just load files via audio from my phone on that, can't I? Commodore Plus 4, that's again SD2 IEC. Spectrum, I've got a couple of Div MMCs that will fit various... I've got 48, I've got 128, I've got Toast Rack, I've got a few. I think the Toast Rack needs some work, though, annoyingly. There's lots of things that I need to get fixed, sent off to be fixed, because it's beyond my skills. What's that there? Well, there's the Atari 400 and 800, for which I've got the... I can't remember. I've got a device for that. It's not a neat cartridge, but it emulates a disk drive, and that does the job. Atari 400, Atari 800, TRS-80. No, not TRS-80, what do I say? TI-99. I've got 2 TI-99s that just kind of were too cheap to say no to. Way back in the way back when still on Twitter, someone said that they were interested, they would really like one, but I'd only just got them, so I needed to sort through them. If you were the person who would very much like a TI-99, do let me know, because I've got 2 Gathering Dust, and I only really need 1 Gathering Dust. But I've got a couple of MSXs, which sadly don't add up to 1 MSX2, but there we go. Video Pack. The Video Pack G9000, aka Magnavox Odyssey 2, that's the name of it, isn't it? Got a cart for that with dip switches that change games. You've no doubt seen me playing some of those. Amiga 600 is up there. Amiga 500, Atari ST. I don't particularly care about. I didn't know anyone with an Atari ST. Well, only one person with an Atari ST. Never played on it. And everything that I've played on it has always been like, well, I could be playing the Amiga version, couldn't I? Goes everyone at home. Yeah. Looking forward to Dudley's not at all controversial take on the ST coming out soon, as I speak at the moment. I think... Is that it from craning my neck around, and that kind of not a good idea. I had an MRI recently because of back, spine, working out if that's linked to any of this. Still waiting to hear back results, but we shall see. We shall see. What else is behind me there? There's the piles of video recorders and DVD players. The CDI, which I think can just play burnt CDs. I don't think there was that much copy protection in the time of the CDI, because I think being able to burn your own CDs cost thousands of pounds, didn't it? Is that it? Is that it? Barring handhelds. Oh yes, I have a new handheld. I have 2 new handhelds. I have one of those Evercade ones that I was given for Christmas, including, of course, the Llamasoft pack, and that is a very lovely thing to be able to just start up a game of Matrix in your hand. That's really nice. And Flo also got me some hooky thing that she saw on Threads or something, and a R365 or 36S, something, basically handheld emulation device that some of them are legit, some of them are hooky. I think this is a hooky one, but it works. The screen's lovely, and it seems to play all sorts of stuff, so that's nice for the occasional time when I'm feeling like playing anything. Which maybe brings me back round to here with you staring at a ROM screen. Anyway, as I was saying, I think this all boiled down to, ooh, what do I want to get? What do I want to get? Am I actually going to play this, or is this just scratching the itch of the N64 is one of the systems I can't play any game on? So let's scratch that off. Now I've only got the Jag, the Intellivision, the 7800, and whatever else I've forgotten about now. Oh, the Dragon. The Dragon I've got a device for as well, haven't I? It's based on the Coco. So, yeah, there's that. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yes, my Amiga 1200 is sadly needing work. The pins on the hard drive connector have somehow broken, and I don't know how. I was trying to work out what was wrong with it. I pulled the connector off, and some of the pins weren't there anymore. And I could have sworn they were there when I plugged them in, and it was working previously. So how it's gone from working to non-working without me opening the case up and mashing a hammer into the pins, I don't know. And I have been advised it's not a job I should attempt myself. Rod from Futurist 8-Bit said a 1200 with balked ID header, because there's a lot of very delicate traces all around there, is effectively a donor. So don't want that to happen, so I'm going to have to See, this is another thing. I could have possibly used the money that I got for the cart to send that away to get it fixed. But by the time I didn't know that at the time. I'd already bought the cart and then found out, oh. So there's another thing to save for. But, I mean, technically I can still load stuff off the, what's the word for it? Brain fog. What's the word? The floppy drive. Not a Gotek? No, that's Gore-Tex and the microchips, isn't it? Gotek? Gore-Tex. No. Gore-Tex and the microchips and Gore-Tex and the cryptobytes were on the Commodore 64. Is it a Gotek drive? You know what I mean. Anyway, the thing that lets you plug in an USB instead of a 3.5-inch floppy drive, and it even makes whir-click noises as it pretends to be a floppy drive. Yeah. So, anywho, let's pick up this controller, and I'll at least show you. I've just chucked a random selection of games onto here. Like I said, I've got about 30 games, and that pretty much covered what I was interested in, barring a few others. And so I've gone, well, I don't know, Automobili Lamborghini. It rhymes. It sounds like fun, so let's do Baku Bomberman 2. No idea, but Bomberman's pretty good, isn't it? Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. Technically, I could have played these on the rare collection that I've got for Xbox One. But the other reason I'm doing this like this is because way back when I was first starting the channel and it was playing Commodore 64 games on the emulator on my original Xbox, I discovered I don't have the muscle memory that I used to have for jumps in Turrican. Because I'd be holding a joystick, I'd be holding a Quickshot 2 or a, Quickshot 2 Turbo, or a Powerplay Cruiser or a Zipstick, and I could do the jumps where you've got to jump around a block and then up and around and up and around, and I could do that, but I couldn't do it with a thumbstick on an Xbox pad. My left thumb does not have the muscle memory of my right hand, strangely enough. And so playing emulated stuff, after saying about that R365 and the Evercade sort of thing, it's like, yeah, but for random sort of going out and about, sort of, having something to play on the go, that's fine. But to sit down with a TV and try to play a game with the wrong controller just feels wrong. So here we are, Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie, and all these sort of things. I can play with an original controller as it was designed to be, which is especially important, I think, with a N64. Even though I do have some unofficial N64 controllers where they changed the layout and it's all weird and it's all wrong. Anyway, Beetle Adventure Racing. I used to have that. Didn't really grab me. I traded it for something better. I can't remember what. Blast Corps. I think that's one of the cards I've got. Blues Brothers 2000. I just realised I put that on there thinking Blues Brothers, the Titus game, which Titus is not a good sign, is it? But I got the Commodore 64 version, and I think it was okay in a kind of NES platform sort of way. So I thought, let's stick that on. But that's probably Blues Brothers 2000 as in the sequel. That terrible sequel. Maybe listen to the Smirsh Pod Monday Night Movie Club, or it might be Tuesday Night Movie Club episode on Blues Brothers 2000. They rip it a new one. Body Harvest, I remember hearing about that, reading about it, never played it. Bomberman Hero, it's Bomberman. Bomberman 64, it's Bomberman. Yeah, this is the other thing. I need help. Yes, before you say, finally he's realised. No, I need help on the N64. I know I need help for other things, okay? Just put that to one side, yeah? There's about 900 games that I've in the N64 TOSEC that I got. Divide that by 3, because most of them are going to be duplicates of Japan, Europe, America. So divide that by 3. Maybe knock off another third of that, because there'll be sports games, perhaps. Which leaves me probably about 200, 250 games to choose from, and I don't know about the other stuff that I missed out on. What have I missed out on the N64 that I should play? Put something in the comments below, if you would be so kind. And no, I've already got that. I might have played it. Have I played it? I will play Carmageddon 64 at some point. I know it's terrible. I bloody loved Carmageddon on the PC. Well, once I'd got the patch to put the blood in instead of the screaming, groaning zombies, although it was better than the German one with the robots. Anyway, Buster Move. I'm interested to see what Buster Move is like on the... Buck Bumble, vague memories of some kind of robotic bumblebee. Choro Q64. The name rings a bell, no idea anything about it. Choro Q6, well, I forgot one, I might as well get the second. Conker's Bad Fur Day, the one that people spend silly money on when you could just get the cartridge. Yes, I know. This is a man with 2 copies of Great Kiana Sisters. I know. And God knows what else I've got that's rare, that's... Heat Seeker. Thalamus's Heat Seeker on disc. I've never seen another copy of that. But, you know, lots of people have rare games. Bloggo was selling some recently, and I'm sure he's still got many, many more games that are rare. But, yeah, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Probably most copies are sitting in CEX warehouses, aren't they? Unless someone's mental enough to spend like 200 quid on, I don't know. Cruising Exotica, Cruising USA, Cruising World. I think I played one of the cruising games on a, was it Midway compilation on Xbox and didn't think much of it, but maybe N64's better. Cyber Tiger. Sounds like a laugh. Destruction Derby 64. Never played it. Could be good. It could be quite good. Diddy Kong Racing. Supposedly a classic. I've never played it, so I'll have to fire that up with Flo. Which reminds me, I have Mario Kart 64. But for some reason, I don't know where the cartridge has gone. Which is strange, because it should be in that drawer over there, with all the other cartridges. I'm fearful it's dropped down the back of this big unit, in which case, God knows when I'll see that again. Donkey Kong 64, never played it. Here we go. Doom 64, never played it. Supposedly absolutely lovely, one of the best reimaginings of Doom, with fancy lighting and everything and reinterpreted graphics and not just a straight port, so interested to see what that's like. Dr. Mario 64, I think that's one of those, I think I played the Game Boy version. It's like Poi Poi or not Columns. Anyway, you know the type of game, and yeah, for some reason I've always called it Poi Poi. I've heard of other people saying it Puyo, but Poi Poi, I've always had it in my head, so that's why I'll always continue to say it. Duck Dodgers starring Daffy Duck. Well, who doesn't love Daffy Duck? Duke Nukem, Zero Hour, Duke Nukem 64. Duke Nukem 64 was classic on PC. I've no idea about Zero Hour. Could be terrible. I'm interested to find out. Earthworm Jim 3D. Probably god awful. Excitebike 64. I think that's one of the cartridges I've got. Fighting Force 64. I think I had Fighting Force on the Dreamcast and... Flying Dragon. Not a clue. Had to see. Gomon. Yes, Gomon's great. I've no idea about these though, so I gotta try them. Hexen. Hey You Pikachu. I didn't know Hey You Pikachu, so I'm gonna have a look. Jet Force Gemini I used to have. I think I traded it. Daikatana. Notoriously bad. Have to see. I mean, especially I've got a signed John. I've got a chainsaw signed by John Romero just out of reach up there on the top left. So if I get that out, I'll have to get that out. Killer Instinct Gold. I loved Killer Instinct on the SNES. Never played this version. Legend of Zelda. Various versions of. Oh well, I'll give them a go at some point. Maybe. Lego Races. Surprisingly good racer on the PC. Youngest stepson used to love it. So I thought, well, I might actually thinking about it. I might have it on cartridge. Let's Smash. I don't know. Shall we? Lilac Wars. Never played it. Star Fox was great on the SNES, and that's one of the few original cartridges I've got, so I don't have to worry about all the Super Effects gubbins. Magical Tetris Challenge. Well, I'm keen to find out. Mario Golf, right? Mario Kart. Mischief Makers. I'm not sure if I've got that or if I traded it. Monster Truck Madness. PC version was great. What's this version like? And so on and so forth. You don't need me to list all these, do you? Excuse me a moment. That's better. I'll just scroll through and you can pause and... There's one thing. Is it Neon Genesis Evangelion? Neon Genesis Evangelion? I've had various copies, various DVDs of different parts of the storyline, and it's always eluded me, and I never remember. Do put a comment below if you know how it's pronounced, because whether I'll ever get around to watching any of them ever again, I don't know. I'm more of a Ghost in the Shell person. Tetris again. I'm not going to read these. I'm not going to read these. Unless something jumps out at me, particularly Racing Simulation 2, a German... Well, if it's called Racing Simulation 2, that sounds so much fun. So, yeah. Rakuga Kids, not a clue, have to see. We have to see, we have to know. Rampage World 2, I remember being incredibly boring with infinite credits on the arcade version. I dread to think what that version like, but again, I'm keen to find out. Road Rash, Ridge Racer, Star Wars... Yeah, Tamiya Racing, maybe Turok. See, I think I've got Turok, but again, I can't remember. So I've chucked all 3 of them on this SD card, because that was one of the ones that I remember when the N64 came out, and one of my mates he didn't have one, but a mate of his had it, and he was... we were at the pub, and he was just saying how amazing it was that you'd fire these arrows and they'd stick into various parts and people would grab them. He wasn't a psycho, I'd just like to point out. He was just amazed at... It wasn't just a case of fire, enemy goes down. You had different placements and different animations, and it was just incredible. Completely ignored the whole... You could only see 10 foot in front of you, but... Turok really was one of the first games... I think it was launch title, wasn't it? And so it's like, yeah, I do need to play that again. I played it on the PC where it was a bit better, I think. But on Pentium 133 at the time, I think. Yeah. So I'm keen to finally see what that's... Maybe I've got Turok 2. I can't remember what games I've got now. You've heard me list all these systems I've got. I can't remember everything. I have got an app on my phone for... noting down stuff, but again, I need to update it because it's still not complete. More boxes to tick. Anyway, there we go. There's that. And oh, I'm not used to talking for so long. You might have noticed at the top there, NES. This was one of the clinchers for this. This lets me play NES games as well. It's got a built-in emulator, and I figured, well, the D-pad and the 2 buttons and the start, it's similar enough to an NES pad. It's close enough for my liking that I can, in theory, play... I've just grabbed a few NES games. And I don't know. Chack and Pop Hack. Right. Various Bombermans. So... Bubble Bobble. I've never played Bubble Bobble on the... Oh my god, how many different versions? This all just came from one zip file. Gee. Bubble Bobble Shitmonks. Right. Yeah, okay. Buzzcut Commando, Bionic Commando. California Games. Jack and Pop. I'm reading them again, aren't I? So again, any NES games you'd like to see me playing on this? Any that you just recommend? Because again, I don't know. Game Whisperer. Dean, he's the only NES fan that I know of. If you're watching this, do please let me know what on earth? How many different versions of Contra are there? I mean, the only version of Contra that I really have any knowledge of is Gryzor. Yeah. So any recommendations for NES titles that I should check out? Because, you know, Chinny Vision, there's a massive gaping hole in the footage there. Cybernoid. There's a version of Cybernoid for... Well, I'm firing that one up now. Yeah. Let's just see what we get. Finally, he's playing a game, they say. Okay, press start to play. That looks like... Mamba missiles, cannon, heat seekers, pilot pod, shield... What? What? All prime bounce... Right. Well, we'll go with easy. Do I press start? Right. Well, this looks very much like... Yeah, good job. Oh, died already. This looks very much like... I should be getting them over here so that Damn. I'm not going to get off the second bloody screen, am I? No. I shouldn't have gone for that. Oh, I actually picked up something. Oh, and then I left that behind. Whoa. Now we've got the dodging in between the pipes. Oh, hell. Get down. Shoot. Oh, and it just crashed. Marvellous. Emulation. Can't beat it, can you? Well, I have played some of Cybernoid on the NES. And from that I would say it plays well, but where's the music? Where's the music? Where's the music at? Got any Slayer? No, this isn't doing anything now. Marvellous. Well, excuse me while I get in front of the screen to hit the reset button. There we go. No, reset button. Okay, we'll do off and on again. It really didn't like that. Please don't have broken already. Please don't let a hooky version of Cybernoid have killed my cartridge. Uno momentito, we'll be right back. Well, that's fun. After a lot of poking around and trying to check connections and pulling things out and even digging out spare N64 and checking the fuse, all sorts of things like that. I think my memory pack's dead. You know, the little red expansion pack that works with Majora's Mask and Perfect Dark and Quake 2 and I don't know whether there's many more. Banjo-Kazooie? No, I can't remember. But here it is. Switch on. I have a power light and no display. I've been checking cables. I've been checking switch boxes, the display switch boxes. I'm plugged directly into the TV now to rule stuff out because at some points I was getting audio but no video. Yeah. And then in a bit of sheer desperation, not to say probably dehydration, because it's roasting in here at the moment. I forgot to turn the radiator down. It's been on full blast and I'm cooking in here. Here we are with the original jumper pack instead. This is where it doesn't do it, isn't it? Oh, for heaven's sake. Oh, I do so love an intermittent problem. Let's just put that in again. Ah. That's for the jumper pack. Let's take the jumper pack out again. I mean, it shouldn't be dirty contacts. There's barely left this. It looks, I think I could give it a clean with deoxit just in case. Get that really pushed in there, wiggle it around, and light comes on. Oh, for heaven's sake. Oh. Isn't working with old computers and consoles so much fun? This is now exactly the same setup as it was before when it wasn't working, only with a different fuse in the plug and with all the SCART cabling now pulled out from behind the unit and plugged directly into the TV, and that's going to be an absolute sod to put it back together. And breathe. Games are fun, aren't they? What's this? I'm trying to get around the camera. What have I knocked now? Right, well, I was supposed to be attempting to do dinner this evening, so I need to be finishing soon. So let's have a quick look at Carmageddon64, eh? Let's please work. Who's ever said that before when firing up Carmageddon64? Yeah. No, I'm going to continue without saving. Press start. No. There we go, finally. It's been a very, very long time since I've seen this. And I remember seeing it at the time just going, oh yeah, it's not good. I only picked it up cheap, so... those sounds. Quick start, fine, yeah, whatever. Yeah, the rumble pack's over across the other side of the room and I don't know where the batteries are, so whatever. Just get on with it. Yeah, we can't have speech samples. Oh, well, we'll have music. Okay, what now? What are the controls?
3, 2, 1, go!
Right, no. Good start, good start. Oh, Z, no. What's accelerate? A is accelerate. Oh, right. Those lovely muddy textures. Now, what's repair? All right, these are my... No. Right, no, that'll do. That's... Oh, widescreen. Okay. I've no idea what that looks like on the TV now. Let's leave it at 4x3. How on earth am I going to get... Oh, no, I'm going in the water. Oh, I fell in the water. This bodes well, doesn't it? Where's recovery? Oh, right bumper is recovery. Right, okay, now back. So the bumpers are the recovery and repair. I've no idea how I'm going to get up that ledge. Nope, that's not it. No! I mean, it's got the sounds. It looks probably about as throat. Are we going to look on the N64, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea, was it? Yeah, I'm just going to hit recover until it puts me... Ah, there we go. Right. Well, that was a shocking start, wasn't it? Hey! Oh, we've got green blood. Oh, how disappointing. Come on. Yeah, didn't want to do that, did I? Not enough credits. Oh, right. And now I can't see where I am. Or the enemy. Is there a way out here? I mean, there's more of a game here than Superman 64, isn't there? But, I mean, that's not really saying much, is it? Now, can I recover? No, I can't. Oh, right, there we go. Recover. I didn't have credits, but I can recover. Oh, you recovered as well, did you? Let's have that power up there. Underwater, well, that would have been handy about 2 minutes ago, wouldn't it? Yeah. Where's everyone else then? That radar there at the bottom right is not really helping me. Nor is my astounding underwater ability. Let's take this turn off and see where it goes. There's also, I'm not really seeing any pedestrians. Almost a handbrake there, but not quite. That was a bad thing to hit, wasn't it? If you've played this and gleaned any morsel of entertainment from it, do please put down below where I've gone wrong, apart from maybe starting the game. Because this was blooming fantastic on PC. Proper free roaming and just anarchic fun. But this is... why are there dinosaurs all over again? The sound effects, you know, they're the same sound effects. That brings back happy memories. A wheel spin there would have been handy. I'm on the roof. Put me up. Thank you. Where did they go? Can't repair. Need to kill some more. Velociraptors? What? Why? Is that going to be underwater ability again? Invulnerability, oh right, okay. Well, let's find someone before the time runs out, shall we? That's not going to happen, is it? That's someone. Oh, I got him. Did I hit him? Yeah, right up the aisle. Well, it's like I've always said. There's nothing that agnostic can't do if he really doesn't know if he believes in anything or not. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm getting into it a bit now. Let's prepare. There we go. I suppose the thing to remember is, in order to play this on PC, you needed to have like £1,000 PC. And that's when £1,000 was a lot of money, folks. Not like the weekly big shop. Whereas you could get an N64 for half that, couldn't you? I think I never did. I had a PC and that was all I had. Oh, I actually hit a checkpoint. Wow. So, I had a PC. I had the PC version of this, and I think I had the better version, didn't I? No, I can't remember if this came out on any other systems. Was there a... What are you doing? Whoa! Was there a PlayStation version? I don't think so. Ooh. The PlayStation owners had their twisted metal, didn't they? And I looked at that and went, yeah, I'll stick with Carmageddon, thanks. Where have we gone? There they are. Right, let's find a wall to ram them into. Come on. There's not going to be a wall to ram them into, is there? Bye-bye! That's not really helped me though, has it? Oh, I see a power up. Underwater, swimming. Turbo dinosaurs. Well, they've barely been moving at all, haven't they? I'm sure that's the one I jumped into the water. I also like being able to have the numpad to change it. Whoa, heck, that's something got a bit faster. Numpad to change the view. No, the numpad is like, oh god, it's been so long since I played it. Oh, is that the, yeah, the dragster, Vlad the Impaler, isn't it? That's always weak. You just shunt him right off the starting grid. God help me, I'm actually not testing this. I mean, it's a travesty, obviously, because green blood and dinosaurs. Maybe it's just this level that has dinosaurs. Maybe there's people in. Let's recover. Wrong button. There we go. Maybe there are people in other levels, not dinosaurs. Who knows? Am I going to play this long enough to find out? I doubt it. Where am I going? Okay. Oh, for heaven's sake. How awkward is it to get that? Oh no, I've suddenly turned into that bit from Austin Powers. Can I change the viewpoint? Nope. Come on, turn. Hooray! Mind dropping ability. Right, that's going to be another button, isn't it, that I don't know. Oh, thank heavens. That's actually worth something, isn't it? That felt like more trouble than it was worth, really. Obviously, you offer me... That's more like it, isn't it? You offer me my Pentium 133 playing this, or this. Well, I mean, I guess I'm not playing on my Pentium 133 now, am I? But I'm pretty sure I could. Play the PC version if I really wanted to sort out a retro PC, like the laptop that I've got sitting under the desk to my right. There's always so much to do and so little time, he says, when he's not actually going to work at the moment, because he is ill. And you think that would give me more time to do stuff, but no, I'm spending all my time being ill. It's really boring. But, well, here we go. It's Carmageddon with dinosaurs, and I'm not really sure why. Oh, but we've still got another 2.5 minutes unless I yes. Let's get some more bonuses. 2.5 minutes and we're done. But let's see if I can find someone to... another enemy to hit. Alright, okay. Alright, there's you. There we go. For heaven's sake. That's not something you should be saying while playing Carmageddon. You should be going, woo-hoo! Not, oh, for heaven's sake. Where did you go? Oh, there you are, right. Come on, I've got more power than this. Damn it. Yeah, I'm missing the difference between handbrake and the normal brake. Maybe there is a different brake and I've not found it yet. Two minutes to go. Where is it? There he is. Race complete. What? There were only 3 enemies. Oh. Well, that's a bit cut down from the PC version, isn't it? Unless that's just what you get in... Whatever. Scrap. Sell. I don't know, I'm not really... Yeah, well, let's leave that there, eh? We have now seen Carmageddon 64. And that's me done for the evening, because I'm roasting and I'm making. But in case you wanted to see... Look! That's what the cartridge looked like. I'm playing it, and it's not even in the machine. It's magic. The magic of the Everdrive64 X7. And fingers crossed it'll work next time I come to it. So, let me know. Let me know what other games I should be playing. Not Carmageddon 64, or Superman 64, or whatever else I've played previously. Tell me what games I should be playing, and hopefully they won't break the system and give me hours of pulling my hair out again. So, yeah. There we go. Let's turn that noise off. And, hey, there we go. Fun times with retro machines. Old harder. You've got to love it, haven't you? So, there we go. As I said, put comments below, answer my questions, dance for the algorithm. Right, I'm going to go and see if I can manage to do dinner. As I said before, I hope you're all doing well, and, as always, hope you enjoyed watching. Catch you on the next one, maybe. Ta-ta.